Hello, one and all, and welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, I'm here to talk about the upcoming lightweight bout happening in the UFC between Charles Oliveira and Tsarukyan. But before getting started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification to get all it is that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. Looking at these guys' records, it's just breathtaking to say the least, especially Charles Oliveira. I mean, the guy has fought the who's who in the lightweight division in the UFC. The guy's fought Cerrone, he's fought Gagey, he's fought Poirier, he's fought, you name it. He has fought the best fighters in that lightweight division, and obviously the beginning stages of Charles Oliveira's career, which stretch back close to 14 years at this time. If I'm not mistaken, he made his UFC debut back in 2010. 14 years, a true veteran of the game, and the guy aged like wine. I mean, the older he got, and he's not that old, he's relatively young still in terms of having years left in that lightweight division. Charles Oliveira, absolutely impressive the past 5 or 6 years, and only came to a halt when he faced Islam Makhachev, obviously the champion of the division. But Charles Oliveira has beat the who's who in that division. I mean, in current times, we're talking about Michael Chandler, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gagey. I believe he beat those three guys in a row. I mean, that to me is impressive to say the least. Tsarukyan, I believe in the UFC's only had 2 defeats. One coming to the champion of the division, obviously, Islam Makhachev, and another one to a upcoming force in this lightweight division in the form of Gamrat. So this is a very interesting. The winner of this fight here, obviously, if it was Charles Oliveira, in my personal opinion, he faces Islam Makhachev for the title perhaps sometime end of the year, or even in the summertime. That's also possible, or sometime towards the end of the summer. If Tsarukyan was to win, does that mean he gets a direct title shot? I'm not sure if anybody has mentioned this, if Dana White has spoken about this and the result of this fight moving forward, what it means for both fighters. But I believe that if Charles wins, he faces Islam Makhachev for that lightweight title. If Islam obviously holds the title, then, which Islam is not booked for anything, I would assume he would still be the holder come summertime. But if Tsarukyan was to win, does that mean he faces Islam for the title? My question here is, has Tsarukyan faced enough top talent in that lightweight division to get a title shot directly after Charles Oliveira? I think that's going to depend a lot on how he beats Charles. If he was to beat Oliveira, which is a task on its own, this one is going to be a very interesting fight. The explosive Tsarukyan versus the elusive and the fighter with, I think Charles Oliveira has a lot of finesse in his style. He's very good at what he does. Is he going to go towards the Charles way or the powerful, explosive Tsarukyan? It's very interesting to see, that's for sure. But I would really like to see Tsarukyan against more top contenders before he gets to a rematch, really, with Islam Makhachev, which the latter defeated him in a 3-round decision. I believe, let's say 2-3 years ago. It's perhaps more than let's say 3 years ago. So I don't know. I would really like to see Tsarukyan face other top contenders in that division before he kind of gets a title shot. And I think that's all going to depend on how he finishes Oliveira, if he was to do so. I believe if he was to beat Oliveira by decision, it does not, to me, it doesn't make much sense for him to challenge for a title directly after Oliveira. We know that Oliveira had a rematch scheduled with Islam, but that didn't fall through. So I think if he beats Tsarukyan, it's gonna be he's gonna compete with the Islam Makhachev for that lightweight title once again. But would the result be any different from the first fight? It all depends on how much Oliveira has learned from his first encounter with Islam, and how much he's improved on that, and what kind of game plan he implements to face a Islam Makhachev in a possible rematch. And Islam, if he was to face Oliveira, does he do the same? He's defeated both of these guys. But if Islam was to face Oliveira, does he go with the same game plan as he implemented the first time around, or is it something different? Catch Oliveira off guard a little bit. I think catching Oliveira a bit off guard and perhaps changing up the game plan is the wise thing for Islam to do. Obviously, if he was to face Tsarukyan, it's been longer since he faced Tsarukyan. So I don't know. This is all very interesting in the lightweight division. The lightweight division that is expecting the return of Conor McGregor. Hopefully that fight happens sometime in the summer. I don't know if there's any anything official in terms of Chandler McGregor, but we all know that McGregor piles on a couple wins. Not to say that a fight or a win over Chandler's like an easy thing or anything like that, but I really do think that if Conor was able to get 2 or 3 wins, then that name is back in contention for a title shot. Just because of the powerhouse that Conor McGregor is and the eyes that he brings to the table. Obviously, I've mentioned that many times before. Interesting division, the lightweight. Super stoked for Tsarukyan, Oliveira, and just the future of this division going forward. And it only adds to the interest when you have guys like Gamrat and Saint Denis, despite the loss to Poirier last time around. Very, very competitive division. Super excited for the future of this division and this fight in particular, Tsarukyan Oliveira. If you made it this far, appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments and subscribe for more.